G'day everybody, how you going? Thanks for tuning in. This is the Pedal Picasso. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail and spending some time with us. Today on the board we have the reissued Bluesbreaker. Now I'm just going to compare it against a couple of other Bluesbreakers I've got because I really like the Bluesbreaker. So the left hand side of the Protein pedal is a Bluesbreaker, and this Commodore overdrive from Solid Gold Effects with sliders instead of knobs is also based on the Bluesbreaker, and I really like both of these pedals. So first, this is my clean tone. This is a Katana, Boss Katana Artist Mark II. Behind me, this is a Mexican Player Series Tally, which I really love. If you're familiar with the channel, you've seen me playing this a lot. So anyway, here we go. This is how it sounds. So as you can tell, it's like a classic light to medium sort of overdrive pedal. It's really good. Now, the original Bluesbreakers, you really had to have the volume up on full for them just to be at unity, but this reissue has more volume. Which is awesome, so you can push the front of your amp a little bit harder, but we are not doing that today. Which is awesome. Okay, so the drive, that's pretty much as much gain as you get out of it. So if you're a metal player or you want a really heavy sound, this is not the pedal for you. So now let's compare this to the Protein. So you can tell straight away that the Protein has a lot more bottom end. Now, Brand Amplification have said in their paperwork, they did deliberately include more bottom end in this because that was the main complaint from the original Bluesbreaker, that there wasn't enough bottom end, or that it removed some of the bottom end from your signal. So they have put that back in. Now, in terms of the gain, they do give you a little bit more gain in the Protein as well. Let's put the gain up full. Oops, I keep turning the level up accidentally. What I love about the Bluesbreaker and why they're so revered through the music industry is that even though they do add overdrive and harmonics to your signal, you can still hear your guitar strings through the overdrive, which is awesome. So that's where I run my Bluesbreaker, just so it sounds crunchy but not too distorted in any way. Yeah, there really is a big bottom end difference between the two pedals. Now, the other pedal I have on the board is the Solid Gold Effects Commodore Overdrive. Now, this is also based on the the Bluesbreaker topology, so it does sound pretty similar. So you can hear that the clipping section is pretty much the same, but the tone stack is different. The Commodore is more focused in the different mids. The mids frequencies that it pushes are different, even though it does have this contour switch on it. So you can adjust where the mid frequencies are sort of focused. Got about the same amount of volume. Now the gain's already full up on this reissued Bluesbreaker. The Commodore does have a lot more gain to it if you want it there on tap. That's pretty much where I'd run it right about there. So there you go. There is two Bluesbreakers that I already have, just sort of compared to the newly released Bluesbreaker from Marshall, the reissue of the old original box. So the old original box, like I said before, had nowhere near as much volume as this one does. This one's got a little bit more gain as well, and I really think you can really hear with the Protein and the Commodore that both of them are totally 100% based on the Bluesbreaker, but they really have improved them. I think the extra bass that you get with the Protein certainly makes it sound more usable for me personally than the Bluesbreaker. And I think the Commodore, with the ability to sort of select where your mid focus is using that contour slider, makes that more usable in a gig, in a live sense to me as well. So anyway, look, that's what they've done. Marshall, good on you for having a crack and re-releasing these pedals. I think it's really good that it keeps us all on our toes and gives us extra options to play with on our endless quest for tone. So anyway, I hope you got something out of that. If you've got the Protein or the Commodore already and you're thinking to yourself, I really should buy the new reissued Bluesbreaker, hopefully you've watched this video now. I've saved you $300. So because you don't need it, I think these two already have it covered. So anyway, but good on you, Marshall, for having a crack, and thanks you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're thinking about buying the pedal, I hope this helped you out in some small way. So thanks for tuning in. Give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. It really helps the channel out a lot, and it's absolutely free to you. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, and see ya.